First off, I want to start off by saying rest in peace to those poor victims in their school shooting in Georgia. Um, my heart goes out to you. Uh, it was 4 killed and 9 injured in the Georgia shooting. My heart goes out to you guys. That shouldn't happen. It's sad that uh, somebody chooses to wake up in the morning and chooses to go in people's lives that has a whole life ahead of them and for no reason at all or a stupid reason. The guy was I'm not going to even say his name, but the shooter has been on the FBI watch list for quite some time now, but they didn't do anything about it for some reason. I don't know why, or I don't know the whole situation on that, why he was on the FBI watch list and nothing was done about it until he actually acted on whatever they had, was watching him for. Yeah, it's just sad. It's just horrible. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. I wanted to talk about how each time there's a mass shooting or there's something like this happens, the Democrats hurry up and the first thing they do is not give their condolences to the victims or anything like that, or not say, hey, this is what we're going to do to, we need to hold the parents accountable, because all these school shootings and stuff like that has been from children that's under the age to even buy a firearm in most licensed or unlicensed states. So, um, so there's that. How are they getting these guns? They're not getting these guns from universal background checks like the Democrats want. They're not getting these guns off for stricter gun laws like the Democrats want. They're getting these guns from their parents' bedroom or closet or anything like that. That's why the parents need to be prosecuted as well as the shooter, because you have the right to bear arms and protect yourself, but you also have laws against carelessly using your gun or carelessly even storing your gun. If you have kids or children in the house, in some states it's law that you have your firearm locked up in a safe with a combination or a key that nobody else can get access to except you or anybody else designated to access their firearms in case of an emergency. But if you have your firearm just laying around for your kids just to grab or come get it anytime they want to, and then this stuff happens, yeah, you should be held responsible, and you should be prosecuted. But the Democrats want to point their fingers at everything else except the solution. Now, and I understand that you want gun control, but look at the places that has more, I say NRA or Republican sort of point of views with gun laws. Like the states of Maine and Massachusetts, you don't need a license to carry. You have a right to bear firearms to protect yourself. You don't need a license or anything like that. You have to do a background check. Yes, you do have to do a background check, but you don't need a carry license. But those states that are more leaning or left-leaning are the ones with the higher gun laws, especially the District of Columbia. They have the most violent rates. They have the highest violent crime rates in the world right now. And why is that? Because they don't allow anybody to have guns. They restrict your gun laws and they restrict your access to protect yourself. And a lot of those states who have those left-leaning gun laws and gun restrictions are the ones with the most violent crimes. Don't believe me? Look it up. I did. I took the time to look it up. Don't believe me? Look it up. So when you look at those statistics, and then you look at the gun laws, like what I did is I looked at the statistics. I think I can't get that word out for nothing, but I looked at the stats, and I checked the stats of the highest and lowest violent crime rates in the United States. I checked the stats of each state, and the stats with the lowest violent crime rates have the laws like Texas does with the no license to carry, you have the right to bear arms and defend yourself. But those with the higher gun laws and the higher gun restrictions are the ones with the most violent crime rates. So you got to ask yourself, you got to ask the Democrats too, they're so gung-ho about taking away your guns and your rights to defend yourself. But look at what's happening with the people who are enacting those ideologies, and that's the same thing Kamala Harris is trying to bring about for everybody in the United States. And if you look at the stats and you compare their gun laws to the ones with the worst and the lowest violent crime rates, then you will see where policy is working, and you see why a lot of people are going to Trump and things like that, and they're denouncing the Democratic way of thinking, because the Democrats don't use common sense. They use feelings for their policies. Yeah, but that's just what I want to say. I just want to say I'm sorry for, what's going on. And, what's going on with that school shooting is a tragedy. But also another thing that you need to look at of how the media likes to push their own narrative and their own ideology as far as the Democratic Party is. It's a violent crime happening every day in low-income neighborhoods or black neighborhoods or whatever you want to call them. There's violent crime happening every day, but nobody reports that. No, you only report the incident that best fits your narrative and your obsession with taking away everybody's gun rights and rights to protect themselves from things like this. I'm just saying. Trump 2024, baby.